you have the right to not listen.
Welcome back to Entertainment Banter. My name is Matt.
No, it's not. I'm Joel.
Wait, what?
How does that work?
I love it. I'm Joel, and that's Matt. Let's do this.
All right, so welcome to a conversation piece, and talked by some guys, and
What?
yeah, that's how the Deadpool 2. You know how they do
credits? Right.
Yeah.
So we're doing Deadpool 2.
We're gonna talk about Deadpool 2.
We know we're in this podcast.
Yeah, we know it, but
And you know too.
Yeah,
We're gonna talk to the microphone like you're a person.
human beings, starring human beings in this podcast.
Break the fourth wall a few times.
Yeah, we might just do that. Wait, there's people out there listening.
I liked Deadpool 1.
Yeah, you did. I like Deadpool 1
and
as well.
I thought Deadpool 2 was just a repeat of Deadpool 1.
Ah, you started it like that?
Yes, we are. Let's get into it.
Alright.
I did not say I did not like Deadpool 2. I just think it was a repeat of the first movie.
Okay, you're on a roll, so you go first. Alright, tell me all of the stuff.
So, they reused all the same... It was like almost non-stop joke-telling from Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds. It was great. It was funny. Some of them hit, some of them didn't. But that's what he did in the first movie. So in the second movie, they did it exactly the same way. There's the same kind of pattern, same kind of thing was going on. And then they even did the same he had his baby hands or whatever. Remember he lost his hands and it's gonna get weird in here because he's gonna masturbate.
Yeah.
A lot of dick jokes. I
didn't think there was that many this time around.
Not this time around, but now this time he had a little baby legs and he did the whole same skit again. Except now we have Cable involved and there's the future and the past and it was just, there was new aspects to it. It was great, and I love the girl that had superhero luck.
Yeah,
and I thought that was great. Luck's a superpower.
Was her name Domino?
Domino, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, she was hot.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And then even Brad Pitt's guest starred as the invisible character, which was funny. Did you know that?
What? No.
You didn't know that?
Wait, say that again?
So remember when they all jumped out of the plane, the whole X-Force and all that? Which I think is great. They make fun of X-Force, which is also a comic book series.
Yes, well, I want to talk about that too.
And so they jump out of the plane, and the invisible guy hits the light tower, right, and dies?
Yes.
Like Electrocutes. If you pause the frame, it's Brad Pitt.
No way!
Yeah. It's like a
I gotta
cameo.
watch that now.
Yeah, very
That's
quick
hilarious.
Cameo. Yeah,
I love that.
So it was just like a repeat of Deadpool 1, I felt like. It was funny, and had its moments, and there were some great jokes, but when you read the Deadpool comics, they're not one joke after another. It's, there's sometimes storyline builds up. I mean, you bought me a Deadpool comic. The Spider-Man and Deadpool comic.
Yeah.
It's a good comic. I haven't finished it yet, but...
It's bathroom reading material.
Absolutely. And Deadpool doesn't break the fourth wall as much as this movie made it seem like. The first one did great. Second one was just the same chemistry, just in a new,
Fair enough. All right, well, I'll add a little bit to this.
Sure.
So, I find it interesting to talk about that, because, I would equip it to, Anchorman 1 and Anchorman 2. I felt that way.
I never saw those movies.
I felt like Anchorman 2 rebooted a lot of the same jokes, like you said.
My roommate was in that movie.
And, but my thought about it was, after watching it a few more times, even though it was a similar story arc and joke arc, it was still its own beast. It was still uniquely done differently enough.
It is a very unique movie. No other movie we've seen besides the first one. These are the only two movies like it.
And getting back to what you were saying too about, I almost lost my train of thought for a second. You were talking about, the jokes and breaking the fourth wall a lot. I feel like because the first movie did it so much, they created a precedent. As people who are not as familiar with the character, but more of the first movie, if it didn't happen again, people would be like, why is it not happening like it did in the first one?
Sure.
You know what
Maybe.
I mean? Yeah. Yeah. But I gotta be honest with you, I personally thought this movie was better than the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the character was already established, or did you...
Characters were established, but I think the jokes were... I liked the jokes. I thought the first movie, maybe I'm just desensitized now because of the first movie itself. It came in so hard, like you said, there's so many dick jokes, there's so many
it came in
violent
hard
jokes, you know what I mean? This one actually did not, and this one did not seem as depressing. Obviously,
this one was more depressing.
No, I didn't.
He couldn't get to her. She died. Didn't she die? She died because she got killed.
Yeah.
That was so sad.
Well, that part, yeah, but I never felt like that was a bad thing. You know what I mean? Because he, as a human being, when she died, all he wanted to do was die and be with her.
Yeah, he couldn't die.
And he couldn't die. So I feel like the fact that he wanted to be with her and the potential was there, like he was trying to
Does
die.
she become Death? Because he marries Death.
Really?
Doesn't he marry Death?
I have no idea.
Because Thanos marries Death, but Deadpool has a crush on her or something.
You are hurting my brain. I have no idea about any of that stuff.
Yeah, like Deadpool marries someone like that. Yeah.
That's interesting. I have no idea. But you were talking about the similarities, but let's move on. I want you to hear more from you. So, was there any part of the movie that you...
I think what I really enjoyed,
Yes,
what I really,
yes,
really, really
yes.
enjoyed is when they got to the end and he took Cable's time traveler
Yes.
and he went back in time to fix all the issues because
Right.
he's like, don't do it, you'll change things. But he saved her life.
Yep.
But then he went back to X-Men Origins
Yes.
and killed the Deadpool from that. And he he killed that.
That's right.
He killed Bryan Singer. Oh no, he killed Ryan Reynolds before he did the Green Lantern.
Yes.
Like he did all that shit. It was funny.
That part was really well done. That was
It
really
was.
well done. You're right. I forgot all about that. Do you think that whole script was written solely based for that one moment? The whole reason they wanted Cable and time travel was so that Ryan Reynolds could actually make those jokes?
Whew.
Like, as an actor, do you think as an actor he's like, oh man, I wish I didn't do these parts?
I mean, Green Lantern did not ruin his career, which thank God it didn't, because he
Yeah.
got this role.
Well, he's dreamy, you know. I don't think the girls would ever ruin it.
Ryan Reynolds is hot.
You know what I'm saying?
Not only one of the girls.
I mean, he's
the guys love him,
married,
too.
but, you know.
His wife's hot too.
Yeah. But my point is, though,
He's probably gay, isn't he?
with his wife, I don't think so.
Oh, whatever. He has a beard.
So, but my point is, like, alright, X-Men Origins, for example, like, do you think he was a fan of Deadpool when he did that movie?
I know what I think. This is what happened.
Or he became a fan?
This is what happened. I think Ryan Reynolds was really a fan of comics.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like the kind of guy who read comics.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind that he was not like a closet nerd in some kind of way.
Sure.
And then, you know, he went into movies and he did all that and he got the script for X-Men Origins for Wolverine. And he looked at it and saw that he was going to be, you know, he could play Deadpool. He probably thought this was like his dream role to be Deadpool because
Right.
I feel like his whole
And then
persona,
Fox story.
his whole persona is Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
find these characters like Robert Downey Jr. is totally Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman played Wolverine spectacular. I mean, you can get into that later about why you don't like Hugh
No,
Jackman.
no, no.
as Wolverine.
I like him as a Wolverine character.
You just wish he was shorter, stockier, and less
Well,
Australian.
I,
So
well, I'm just saying, if we got a shorter, stocky guy that looked like a Wolverine
you think you would have liked it
before
more.
Hugh Jackman was in everybody's minds, it would have paid off just as well.
Probably. So then you have, he probably got the script and he thought it was going to be great, and then he saw it being shit on and shit on and shit on. So he did the character as best he could. So then when he finally, that's what it also sparked after this movie. He sparked the whole Deadpool, I want to make Deadpool movie,
Yeah.
and Fox, and this.
Well, that's
whole
what I'm getting
campaign.
at. Do you think he was a Deadpool fan, and that's why he accepted X-Men Origins? Is it Origins? I mean,
It was
Wolverine
Wolverine
Origins. Or do you think he became a Deadpool fan after doing that?
I want to say he was a Deadpool fan before that, but at the same time, you could see some things of why he was a Deadpool fan after that as well. So
I mean, he went above and beyond to make those movies become a reality. The Deadpool movies.
they made that CGI clip that we all saw with the van rolling
Yeah.
and everything. He made that. He got that produced. It became part of the movie, of course.
Yeah.
But he definitely pushed to get something like that made and show what Deadpool could be.
Yeah, it was great.
I mean, for Fox to take the risk of doing a rated R film like that was huge. If you think about it, like as a CEO, you're seeing that, you're like, no, this comics are kids. Like, are you really going to take this risk? You're a CEO, you don't know anything about the real world because you're a CEO. You don't have time. You have someone wiping your own ass for you half the time. So
Probably Deadpool.
probably. So when you get that, you're like, what the fuck? So when you actually make that movie and it changes your whole world on how to make movies, and you make Wolverine the last
It was a gateway
Logan,
drug, yeah.
and it was all of a sudden a rated R movie, and that movie did fantastic. These are the highest grossing rated R movies.
Yeah.
So it's like, you have a thing now, Fox. You can start making, well, now you're Disney, but now you can make these rated R movies. So here's the question to you. Now I'm thinking about it. It's on my mind.
Okay.
Is Disney going to keep the rated R movies going?
Oh, absolutely, because they can do it under the Fox
Because on
umbrella.
Fox umbrella, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Will Disney bring in Deadpool into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
They could easily do it.
As a joke, because he can break the fourth wall and go like, how many fucks do we get? One. That was it.
That would be hilarious.
You know, he can break the wall like that.
Yeah. I think they could bring him in. They won't, but I think if they did, they would definitely downplay him. The jokes would be more like potty humor jokes. You know
and he'd know it though.
Yeah.
He would say he'd have to comment on it and go,
Yeah.
you know, if he didn't do that, if he does do that, it will work.
The challenge for that is, I know it's part of his major persona, but I don't know if they, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I don't know if they would let him break the fourth wall. I think it would take people out of that universe.
See, the thing is, I don't think a Deadpool character would be in like an Avengers movie, but I think they would have put like Spider-Man with Deadpool. They would put, you know, maybe an Iron Man with Deadpool. They'd probably mix one character, like maybe not Iron Man, that's not a good mix, but the Hulk. A Hulk movie with Deadpool, they'll probably do something like that.
There's a movie or a show where someone keeps breaking the fourth wall and they're like, who are you talking to? I think, you know what it was?
Is it a TV show?
Oh, it's embarrassing, but it was Turtles in Time. There was a little movie made that brings all the Ninja Turtles together. It's an animated feature, and it was that they were breaking the fourth wall, and he was like, who are you talking to?
Fourth wall breaking is risky. A lot of people do it. I mean, House of Cards does it really cinematically.
Yeah.
In a comedic way, but more like, you know, you're watching
narrative
the story,
way.
narrative way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, fourth wall breaking is a risky move in some shows. It usually works for you or it doesn't. I mean, Deadpool uses it as a comedic relief, and it definitely works. And he does it in the comics, too. And that's rare, too. You never see that anywhere. When you read about it, also you're reading, like, talking about you. Even in, like, video games, in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
Where Deadpool's in, I think, Marvel's Capcom 3. He breaks the fourth wall. He actually looks at you and goes, come on, player. I'm doing all the work down here. And, like, he grabs his health bar and uses it as a weapon. Like, he knows he's in a video game.
Yeah,
so
that's
like,
it's
it's
a good
fun.
point.
It's fun to play around with that, with Deadpool. Like, he's almost a character you can do anything with.
Well, if you don't mind, I gotta tell you, like, my favorite scene in Deadpool 2 was the X-Force
Oh, God.
dying.
It's a real That's a real comic.
Yeah, I know.
Was it really? Is Deadpool really in charge of X-Force?
No,
Was it his?
my understanding was, like, I could be wrong on this, but I thought X-Force was the Canadian version of the X-Men. Like, because don't they have the same yellow suits with the red X?
Well, the X-Force is Marvel.
Right, but I thought it was it was literally the Canadian version of X-Men.
Oh,
Meaning, I'm not saying...
Can I just Google this real quick?
In the X-Men universe, alright, what I'm saying is, in the X-Men comics, they meet, the X-Men meet up with X-Force.
Yeah.
And I think X-Force was the Canadian version of X-Men, because didn't they try to get Wolverine back? Because didn't he work for them for a little while?
Here it is. X-Force is a fictional team of superheroes appearing in American comics books published by Marvel Comics, most commonly in association with the X-Men. Conceived by writer, illustrator, blah blah blah, first appeared in New Mutants number 100 and soon afterwards featured its own series called X-Force. First appearance in New Mutants.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm just curious who was involved in it first.
But anyways, I just thought
First leader of the X-Force was Cable.
Oh.
And he was not in as the first one in
Interesting.
this. Yeah.
Interesting. So maybe it's a future-based X-Force then. Interesting. So maybe it's not the one I was thinking of. There's some group in Canada that was very similar to the X-Men. I thought that was who the X-Force were.
Well, in 2007 and 2008, during the Messiah Complex crossover, a new version of the X-Force team was formed, with Wolverine leading a more militaristic Black Ops branch of the X-Men. The squad would form the basis for the new X-Force series starting in February 2008.
Huh, interesting.
I don't know if that was the Canadian one you're thinking about.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe the Uncanny X-Force series.
But I just thought their deaths were hilarious. I mean, like,
interesting.
I just loved... I mean, because it's a Deadpool movie, right? And granted, they did the same running gag where they only had the two X-Men, you know, that were helping him.
Yeah, and he's always like, what is a...
Yeah, but that's why I thought it was so brilliant how the entire X-Force gets killed off except Domino.
Because she's lucky.
She's lucky.
That was her superhero, her superpower.
But I just thought that was so funny.
And I like how he liked Peter. Was it Peter, the guy's name? Like,
yeah, the generic guy.
Yeah, like, I just saw the ad.
And then
you're hired.
Well, and I forgot, how did Peter go again? He tried to help somebody, and then he ended up...
He got sucked into the George shipper.
Yeah.
And he got spit on by the Venom disaster.
That's what it was. The Venom spit. That's what got.
And then
it.
like he goes back in time and he saves him and he goes, Peter, just go home.
Yeah,
just go home. I love that man.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Well, here's the thing too: is they made fun of his own joke. They did show all the X-Men in that quick clip. You know what I mean?
Right, and they all what
Yeah.
they do? They left, right? Or
So my question to you is this: did they just take a scene out of the new X-Men movies and just splice it in?
where was he? Like, was he?
He were in the mansion, and like Beast closes the door, and they're all in
right.
But it looks like it's like stock footage from one of the other X-Men movies that they.
Didn't he like see them in there and he goes, hey, wait.
I think they
What?
I think they purposely I pictured. So I think they took stock footage of the X-Men movies,
But
and then they green screened the door.
I don't
so that
remember the
Beast is
DVD
closing.
movie. I don't remember the scene. Like Deadpool saw them, or
No, I don't even think Deadpool
his
saw.
joke is that there's never no one in
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
They
yeah.
only can afford
so
two of them.
Deadpool was standing in the hallway, and you see behind him there's a room full of all the X-Men cast and new X-Men cast, and Beast closes the door. So that was hilarious. I thought that was a nice touch.
It's clever. It's clever.
Because I think he was complaining again how like there's nobody in this mansion, and Beast closes the door, and they're all in that room. So I think they.
Oh, this whole mansion. He mentions like, what? Fox can't afford the other mutants?
Yeah. But I think they just, like I said, they took stock footage.
Yeah. You said that already 4 times.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't acknowledge me, just like everyone in the world.
Let's point out something.
Okay,
so
point
now
out.
Disney owns Fox, right?
Yes,
So
yeah.
technically Deadpool's part of this world, right?
Oh, yeah.
So what are we going to do that Thanos is now Cable?
Wait,
It's the same
what?
actor.
Oh, my God. Why do you do this to me?
It's the same actor that plays Cable.
Well, Thanos has got a purple makeup on, so I guess it works.
Does it?
Yeah.
You think you can play it off? What if Thanos fights Cable?
Well, they'll just do what they always do and split screen it and make them fight each other, have doubles standing in and all that stuff.
I guess so, because you didn't think they were the same character, did you?
No, I honestly, God, I didn't even think about that or put that together at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I'll be honest with you, when I heard Cable was in this, I was like, why? It makes no sense
Time
to throw
traveling.
such a random character into this.
And people don't even know who Cable is. Like, I told the
Cyclops' son, Jean Grey.
told the friend I was with, I saw the movie with, and it's Jean Grey and Cyclops'
And
son.
Hope.
You just
They
said
mentioned-
that.
they mentioned
you just
Hope.
said that.
Yeah, why don't you pay attention, huh? Yeah.
Because I wanted to drop that.
Bomb dropped.
Boom.
Boom. I like that they mentioned Hope.
Hope.
Yeah, Cable's daughter, Hope.
Oh.
Because in the animated series in the 90s, they called it Tyler. The son was Tyler.
Why?
Right?
Why was that special to name that?
I feel like it had something to do with the Phoenix Saga. There was some sort of transition in the comics where something happens about... I don't know if it was fighting Apocalypse. This is my pure ignorance showing. I'm speculating. I have no idea. But I remember in the 90s
It's all
cartoon,
about
Tyler
speculation.
was his son, and he was trying to save Tyler. But then in the comics, they had a daughter. He had a daughter named Hope. I think he had a daughter named Hope. I don't think Jean and Scott had Hope. I think it was Cable that had Hope.
So it was Jean Grey's granddaughter, in a sense?
You know what? Maybe it is Scott. No, maybe... Oh, this hurts my brain. Maybe Hope was Jean Grey and Scott's child.
We need to stop doing this podcast on ecstasy.
If you say so. Anyways, I don't know. So we're getting back to Deadpool 2. What else did you like about it? I've been talking for a while. Or didn't like.
I like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah? His performance, that's it. There's
He's
no other scenes that...
enjoyable. I mean, there are other scenes that were enjoyable to watch, but I've only seen it once. I'd have to watch it again. Again, it just felt like the same chemistry, the same...
What about the reoccurring characters like the bar friend and the taxi cab friend?
I liked, what's his name? It's the comedian, right?
Yeah.
Who, T.J. Miller.
Yeah,
He's funny.
yeah.
He's a nice touch. Like, he's a dark comedian that works with it, and he seemed like he would be friends with Ryan Reynolds. For all we know, they are best friends.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
But he definitely fits that character well, and it's great. And they had that guy sweeping and mopping. The taxi cab driver, right?
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, do you like seeing those guys come back?
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like, he's almost like that's his team, you know?
Right.
And like they back him up.
And he didn't let him in, did he, originally, the taxi cab driver into the team?
No, he didn't want him on the team.
Yeah, but he got him at the end, right?
Well, he took him in because he's like his taxi guy. I don't know.
You
I
know
don't
what's
remember.
interesting, too, is the the plot of this entire story, the whole reason why Cable goes back in time, we didn't really talk about the kid with the firepower, the pyro kid that turns quote unquote evil. Because what's interesting?
Oh, right.
What's interesting about that story arc, and I was telling, this is
what
what I'm sorry. I know we're running short on time, but I really want to talk about this because what I loved about this story, I told my wife this. Deadpool 2 was better than most X-Men movies because
all the Deadpool movies have been better than X-Men movies.
But what I mean is they followed a legitimate story arc of X-Men that even the X-Men movies didn't follow. Like for example, when Deadpool gets arrested, it's like not Geonosis. What was that place where it was a prison?
Genova?
Yeah, where like Gambit was held captive and all that. That reminded me of that place. Like they were all mutants locked up there, and and the government was helping run that place.
Right.
That was a huge X-Men plot that was never addressed in the X-Men movies. That stuff like that I wanted to see in the X-Men, the equivalent of a concentration camp for X-Men. And then in modern time, and that's what I was saying. I was like, why isn't it in a Deadpool movie when it should have been an X-Men movie? And it blew my mind. And then they also did the orphanage, and how the orphanage kids were being abused. The mutant kids were being abused. There's Cyclops came from an orphanage, and in a later series or comic, he goes back to his orphanage and finds out that the children are being adopted by this rich guy, but he's ending up using them for their powers and manipulating them or abusing them. So he, as a community person, he looks great because he's adopting these children that are mutants, but really he's taking advantage of them and hurting them. And in a way, the orphanage that this kid came from was going through the same stuff. And I was like, another X-Men plot that is so good, but not in X-Men.
Well, I don't.
And in Deadpool.
To be honest, I don't think we're going to get another X-Men movie. Well, now we will because of Disney, but I don't think Fox is going to do another X-Men movie. They were making money off Deadpool and then making money off their rated R.
Interesting.
I don't know if their TV shows are doing well right now with Runaway, Gifted, and Legion.
I'm not watching them.
I'm not watching. Legion's supposed to be based off of Professor X. Who knows? I started watching Gifted. I'm just like, boring. You want to see your characters, So we're going to see another X-Men movie now because of what Disney's doing.
Do you think it'll be under the Marvel Universe, Cinematic Universe?
Oh, absolutely. The president of Marvel was so excited when he heard about this deal, and now that the deal, that's why I think one of the main reasons why they wanted Fox.
Of course,
they want their material back, and they weren't just going to buy their material back. They're going to take part of Fox with them.
Oh yeah.
So Sony, take note. If you don't play fucking ball, they're going to take part of your company down with them.
Yeah, I mean, Disney's.
They'll buy the production value of Sony and leave you making electronics still.
Yeah, it's unreal. I mean, it's unreal. It's on one side, we've talked about this numerous times. It's exciting as a fan if it's in the right hands, but we've talked about this too. Like, it all depends. Like, Star Wars was in Disney's hands, and they dropped the ball hard.
Well, they could bring it back.
Yeah,
we're gonna see.
Well, it's a little too late.
I never liked Star Wars.
I know.
So to me,
it's gonna be.
You guys are finally getting what you deserve.
Oh, you are such a not nice person right now. You're something else.
There goes your X-Wing fighter. Pew pew! Shoot it out of the sky.
Just for that, I want them. No, I don't. I can't say it.
You like Marvel, you can't. See?
Well, I was gonna say do something not right with Spider-Man.
I already did.
We talked about it before Venom, but there you go.
God damn.
Yeah. So, anyways,
full circle.
Full circle. Deadpool 2. I enjoyed it. It was, in my opinion, between the two, I liked this one. It was more fun for me. There was more happy jokes. There was not a lot. Like I told you the past and before, like, I don't like it when movies harp on life-threatening conditions. I find the world too depressing as it is.
Right.
So this one was more uplifting.
I did enjoy it. Now I want to see a Deadpool movie matchup with another superhero that we're familiar with.
Sure.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Wolverine.
Well, you mentioned
someone. Hulk would be a good one.
These
are ones. Thor would be a good one.
Yeah.
These would be great ones from the matchup with. And
if they got the directors from Thor Ragnarok and Deadpool,
it'd be great.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
And these are possibilities now.
Yeah.
We never know. I mean, now we're still waiting for that Hulk Wolverine movie. They're never going to make a solo Hulk movie, but why not match him up with Deadpool, Wolverine.
Yeah.
Match him up. Even Spider-Man. He matches up with Spider-Man a couple times.
Yeah.
And they're good. They're good scenarios because you're putting this beast of a monster with these little people that are like, well, Wolverine's Deadpool. A Wolverine Hulk movie would be a fight between the two of them.
Yeah.
A Spider-Man and Hulk movie would be a battle of like working together to doing something. A Deadpool and Hulk one would be like him hunting Hulk down. Yeah. So it'd be like these are all matchups you can do, which would be great with the Hulk. And you want more Hulk movies, but you're not going to see a solo Hulk movie since Ang Lee fucked that up.
You know what though is interesting is again Thor Ragnarok. The reason why I loved it so much was they did such a good job in the development of Hulk. You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of times you wonder, okay, he gets pissed off and he smashes.
Hulk smash.
They gave Hulk, not Bruce Banner, Hulk a personality.
Yes.
That's
especially in the Infinity War. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
That's and then Thor Ragnarok, they gave it to him.
Yeah, that movie is one of my favorites.
Really?
Out of all the cinematic universe so far.
It's crazy. Like, you never thought sequels would be good, but every movie since Iron Man, every single one has technically been a sequel. So somehow, like, there's 19, almost 20 movies of Marvel movies that are all, like, linked in some kind of way, which is fantastic.
Yeah, they're doing great, and
they're
just going to keep getting better, I guess. I hope.
They got X-Men now. They're going to start spreading their wings even further.
Yeah. So
every movie you're going to see releases.
Another decade, do you think? Another decade worth of it?
I think we're going to see at least another good 10 more years, and then we may see some falter. But I may be dead by then, so who knows?
I hope not. Otherwise, who am I going to podcast with?
Be podcasting
I'll
for
be
10
like,
more years? If we're podcasting for 10 more years and we haven't gone viral yet, we got issues.
Nah, that's all right. It's going to be like, hi, I'm Matt. And I'm Joel.
You're going to do fine.
And I'm done.
You mocking me?
What? No.
You mocking me? We do this for fun, everybody. And I'm Matt. Wait.
Damn it, you did it again.
My name's Joel.
And I'm Matt.
And I'm done.
What are you waiting for? The next video is only a click away.